Oh,
Oh, do
did
I
it
need
say
to
go live? Did it say go live?
It did. I need
Okay.
to probably mute my
Your
computer.
computer, yes, please. Let's see if there's anybody in the chats. Let me go in and see if I can see us. Hi, Dawn. You said you're ready. How you doing?
Hi, Dawn. Dawn wasn't supposed to be home today, so it was a little bit of unfortunate serendipity that got her there.
Yay. Hey.
Fortunate for us, but
Fortunate for
unfortunate
us.
for her.
Okay. So, what I try to do is I still don't have myself on here.
I probably won't
Hi.
type in the comments, I
That's
don't think.
fine. I do very little typing as well too. I just try to see if I'm not
I don't
showing
think
that.
I can reach.
That's okay. Don't worry. There we go. Okay. Now I can lower it. Yeah, I see us on my iPad. That means I know that we're live. So does everything sound okay? Hi, Robin Cloverleaf Bags. Welcome in. Thank you so much for
Hi,
joining
Robin.
joining the Discord. I greatly appreciate it. Um, I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. We are a little bit early. We are about 4 or 5 minutes early. So you can see me and hear me. Great. Awesome. Let me just check to see if I'm going to have a mod or not. Um, if we don't have a mod, then
I'm ready for fun.
okay. Okay, so you can read it. Good. Okay.
Yeah, it's right underneath me, which I
Right.
can see because it's black with white, and so
So it's
easy
popping
right
out. Okay,
underneath
good.
it,
For sometimes yay. Okay.
depending
We're
on the
gonna have a
phone,
mod.
maybe.
We'll have a mod today. She's on her way. So that's
Okay.
great. Okay. And like I said, we went a little bit early, so I just wanted to make sure that she knew and that she was coming. So Melissa from Melissa's Corner will be our mod today. There she is. Hi,
Hi,
Melissa.
Melissa.
Yay. We're a little bit
I've
early,
heard
Melissa. Go ahead. I'm
I've
sorry.
heard I've heard a lot of good things about you, Melissa.
Oh, it wasn't for me. Just
Yeah.
playing. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do the intro. And then we'll have people come in hopefully after that. Welcome in, Melissa. Oh, thank you so much, she says. And so hi Bean Beauties, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here with us. We're started a little bit early today. I know that there's another live going on. So if you have to go back and forth, pop in and out, feel free. Don't worry about that. Um do what you need to do, and then you can always catch me on the replay. That's what it's for. That's why y'all are my replay beauties. So I greatly appreciate all of y'all that do that. Hi Jeanette, welcome in. Hi Simply Katie, welcome in. Thank you, Simply Katie,
Hey, ladies.
for joining the for joining my membership. I greatly appreciate it. I just launched that, and I did a soft launch. I'm doing a soft launch. I'm going to have a
Hi,
launch
Jeanette.
party and hopefully kind of explain a little bit more there. But thank you to those of you who have already joined. I greatly appreciate it. Jeanette, how you doing? Okay, so today's guest is we have Aaryn from the Handbag Housewife. Yay!
Woo!
And just for a little bit of transparency, we always do that. I've done that with um, other people as well too. Um, I I watched Julie. I'm sorry. I watched Aaryn. Julie was the last one on. I'm sorry. I watched Aaryn last year, and and she did a change in her handbag buying, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. And so I have just spot watched her videos here and there. since the big change, and it has nothing to do with her. It has to do with me and my comfort zone. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. We did a little bit of a pre-phone kind of talking about it, and so she thought it'd be a great subject to kind of broach. So we're going to do that today. So what we're going to do now is I'll throw it over to you, Aaryn, and tell us a little bit about your channel, how long you've been on YouTube, and how we can find you if you have other social medias that you'd like us to visit.
Okay, so I'm not super high tech, so I'm not on TikTok,
Me
um,
neither.
or or Twitter. And so I have an Instagram page, but I use it mostly for just putting links to my YouTube videos.
Me
So
too.
it's not very interesting. I do occasionally put things for sale there or on my YouTube community page when I decide to sell something that I have. And so, I mean, you sort of could watch it for that, but most of the time I'll do a video when I'm going to sell something. Um, but I've had my channel since I think around February of 2021,
Okay.
and started, I was really into Longchamp and Coach and I think some Tory Burch. And I did a lot of collecting of those to the point where I got an insane amount of handbags. Well, insane in my standards. I know everybody has their number.
Yeah.
And so I decided to start selling some of those. And now my collection's smaller and it's more luxury, but I do have a few contemporary pieces. In fact, I have one on the way, and I have one I talked about earlier in today's video, and actually two I talked about earlier in today's video. And so I kind of dabble in different things, and it's more the bag that I evaluate and decide, whether or not it's for me rather than the price tag necessarily. But
Gotcha.
anyways, so most of my collection though are luxury bags now, and I do unboxings, I do kind of thoughtful chatty videos, I do some collaborating with those thoughtful chatty videos and unboxings. And I'm married with children. I have two boys, and they're 17 and 14. So when I'm not doing
Oh,
YouTube, this is sort of my hobby, and I enjoy it. I enjoy handbags and jewelry and clothing, and mainly just handbags and jewelry. But I enjoy those things, but I'm also kind of run around like crazy with sports and things like that too.
and all that kind of stuff. Well, good. Thank you very much. So those of you who are in the chat who maybe are not following Aaryn, the handbag housewife, I did pin her up to the top. And so for your ease that y'all can go over there and check her out and send her some love and see if there's anything that you're interested in. And we ask you to subscribe to those that are generous enough to spend some time with me here. Let's see who's in the chats who has come in. I saw hi Julie, Agent Bag Reviews. How you doing? She says, hi
Hi,
Aaron. Hi,
Julie.
Julie. How you doing? Welcome in. Um, let's see. Okay, I think we caught everybody. Everybody's just saying hello. Um, Cloverleaf Bags just says, I'm a new sub, Aaron. She just subbed to you. So yay.
Yay! Thank you.
Julie had actually Julie was the one who introduced us. She put us in a chat group and she said, Dee Dee, here's Aaron, the handbag housewife, This is Dee Dee. Now y'all are introduced. And I was like, oh,
Well,
wasn't that sweet of
the
her?
very sweet. The reason why she did that is because she had been telling me how wonderful you were for,
Oh,
like, weeks, and then I was listening to your chat video while I was actually kind of at Silver City and then also doing some chores around the house, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh," like, listening to you and Julie talk was like listening to friends. Like, I almost felt like I was in the conversation even though I wasn't speaking, although I might have said a few things here and there
hey,
and nobody heard me. But anyway, it was just so nice, and I look for those videos. It's so hard to find the chatty videos because even though I do unboxings, I don't necessarily like to watch a lot of unboxings. I
Boxings.
like to listen to people talk about handbags and why they like them and why they don't like them more than anything.
Oh,
So,
okay, okay. Well, I want to say thank you very much for Julie for doing that, and for you to reaching out as well too, and wanting to be here, and we could help each other out, do a collaboration here on the live stream, and I feel I'm very, very honored that you felt that way and that Julie felt that way. It actually, when you were talking, it gave me goosebumps. Because I just try to be me. It's like I told Julie, I just try to be me. I just try to put out positivity. So if you're here, I don't try to go too deep unless the guest does says something or does something that they initiate that. I try not to pull any punches, and I try to allow my channel to be a positive channel, not anything that we're going to bring in any kind of negativity or have negativity in the chats or anything like that, towards each other in the chats or towards us here on the screen. So some of the things I did a little bit different today, which is probably why the numbers are a little bit smaller, is because we did have a lot of trolls the last couple of lives that I had, and then they weren't like the nice trolls. We were having the nice trolls. Now I'm starting to get the kind of mean trolls. So I went ahead and put it on subscribe mode only, to where you have to be subscribed for 5 minutes, then to be subscribed. So if they're going to be trolling, then at least they'll be subscribed for a little while, and it'll be easier for me to report them to YouTube, having some kind of track record there, if it does get out of hand. Okay, so my mod today is Melissa's Corner. She knows what I like and don't like, so if there's any kind of nonsense, she knows to put you in timeout. She knows to give you a warning. She knows to block you and all that fun stuff. So not all of that aside, we'll get into our conversations. I just saw that Jane
hi,
Price came
Jane.
in. Hi, Jane. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Good to see you. So, um, let's just go with the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. Back, this was like
Where?
it was there in my head. In my head. Back when
I see
when
you.
when you switched over, and see, I think it was like mid to the end of last year, maybe, that you sold your contemporary brands, your Coach, like you said, your Tory Burch. I remember you had such great Tory Burches, and so I was like, oh. And I you started kind of moving into higher end luxury. And for me at that time, I wasn't real comfortable with it. I wasn't real aware. I mean, I didn't know enough information. And so for me, it was just a little bit hard for me to relate. But can you tell me what spurred that on? What was the reasoning of that you wanted to do the switch?
Think it was more of a gradual process than maybe you're like you felt, um, because I'm always buying and selling, but I did kind of have like the last exodus probably last year. Um, I was, I want to say, gosh, maybe it was more at the beginning of last year that I started it, but I kind of always thought I would keep more of the contemporary bags that I had than I ended up doing. And I just got to where I had, I think, 125 bags, but actually that was a rounding down for me.
Right.
Like I was like, well, but it doesn't count these totes and that doesn't count tote bags because they don't count as bags. And so I got to where I had so many that I had to have them all turned sideways. My closet, I have these wire
Yes.
shelves. I try to have most everything facing forward.
Yeah.
See the front of the bag. And when I have to turn most everything sideways, I don't I don't like it. It feels I felt kind of like when I'd walk in here, I felt my heart race and like just almost feel anxiety about it.
Yeah. The
And
too much. It was too much for you. Okay.
And so I got to thinking, and I thought well, I've been back and forth many times. Like when the pandemic hit, I sold bags and then bought a bunch of contemporary bags because I had luxury before that, and then when that happened, I was like, "Oh man, I don't wanna spend money because what would happen if my husband lost his job or something
Right.
like that?" So, found that I could collect contemporary bags by selling one luxury bag. I could buy 3 or 4 contemporary bags, and then I could shop and not feel guilty, and I got a lot of enjoyment because I always like to shop, so then I could
Yes.
still shop and not feel guilty. Well, when I got to have so much, it sort of, like, helped me condense, and then I got so where I had condensed a lot, but still had a good chunk of contemporary bags, and I found I was just mostly using my luxury bags, and so
Right.
the last exodus was of the rest of the contemporary, but not quite all of it. I still have Longchamp, Marc Jacobs. I've got 2 Coach camera bags. I have 2 Tory Burch, uh, 2 Kate Spade totes. I have one of those brands, a bag on the way, and so I do have contemporary bags, but it's probably less than 20 altogether, I would guess. And at one time, I probably had over 120. So,
So let me ask you this real quick because this is Melissa's corner. Is this is always her question, and then I'm gonna go on to some of the stuff that you just talked about. But I think this will help me. What is your number? What is your bag number? Where is that? How much do you have right now? Do you know? And then if you want to share, and then do you have a number where you're uncomfortable to go over? Did I ask that correctly?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I would say, less than 80,
Okay.
but I would rather be around 75, but I don't know exactly where I am. I think I'm somewhere between those 2
Between
right
that
now, but
number, yeah.
I haven't counted them. I haven't counted them recently. It might be closer to 70 right
And that's
now.
so that's okay because I don't count.
Yeah, I know you
Listen, I'm not counting. Don't make me
not worried
count.
about it, so why count if I'm not worried about it?
Exactly,
It might make me
exactly,
worry, so if
exactly.
I was worried about it, then I could count and try to do something about it, but
Right.
I'm not
You're not
worried,
worried about it,
so
yeah. You're not at that point where, um and you get, like, that physical point that physicalness of where it kinda bothers you, and I kinda do too, where because I was like that earlier when I was in the living room area, recording and stuff. I can do a lot of stuff, shuffle things around, do a lot of stuff. I'm a stacker, my husband's always like, "Oh my god, you have all these stacks of everything or whatever." So I'm like, I can do that, but there came a point where I was like, I can't take this anymore. I can't find anything. Because I currently still have like 3 or 4 bags that are lost. They're in the house somewhere, but they've been shuffled so much I can't find them. So I understand what you're talking about when you come in and you go into a space and you're like, because I have been there, many times in different areas of the house. But when it came to handbags as well too, was like when I'm losing them or don't know what I have, it was driving me crazy. But, I as a viewer, because I was watching I have two viewpoints now, that I'm on YouTube, and I've been on here now since, March of 2023. So it's a little over a year, and so my frame of mind and my frame of reference, I find lately, has been changing, because as a viewer, you're looking at things differently and you feel things differently. Because you're also like, yes, I was buying handbags and I was doing handbags, and it's like I loved my handbags. I do. I love my handbags. They're like my babies, they're you had said that, in our
yeah.
conversation. And I felt the same way that, they're like, I would never give them away. The problem too, I don't know if it's a problem or being on YouTube, and then also to getting back into it, I've realized how many brands that I've missed, how many bags that I've missed, how many collections that I've missed. And so I was trying to recapture that, and then learning about things. And then now, because YouTube is so vast, you learn about brands that you never that are across the pond that you never would have noticed just going to your local store. And so it's like, oh, I'd like to. I'd like to do that. Like I watch Bags Passionate, and she's in France, and she loves Longchamp, and
Mhm.
she does all this kind of things in with Longchamp and stuff. And I'm like, I find myself going, gosh, I don't see that here, because even then, different countries have different collections or different pieces. And so now I guess I feel like I have to apologize to you and to other content creators that I felt bad when y'all did the switch, because I know, I have, Candy Sweet Love for LV, she did the same thing. She said, "Okay, I'm kind of done with that. I wanna do the luxury only," because for the same reason you have those bags that you're carrying, and you spend so much money, you almost feel guilty. And my friend Laura, the Camo Chica, she's here in my hometown, and I asked her, the fact of the same thing, and listening to her, she says, I have these bags, and she says, not that I don't think that Coach or Dooney or anything like that is not worth it. It's just that I've invested in so much of this collection now. I feel bad not using them, and I find myself just using those. Is that the Coach? Oh, we're twinning.
This is my bag of the day yesterday, and I haven't switched out of it because I'm not sure I'm going anywhere today, and tomorrow my son has a soccer game, and this is their color.
Perfect. Oh, okay.
But it's not about how much I spent on the bag, whether I feel guilty carrying it for me. It has to do with how I feel when I'm
Okay.
carrying the bag more than, "Oh, I spent this much money on it." Like, it has to do with, like, the characteristics of it, the feel of it when I touch it, the way it goes with my outfit or my ring. I like matching my jewelry with it. Um, and I found recently, and this is why I sold every single one of what I call pinnacle bags, my Chanel Classic Flap, my Dior Lady Dior, my Louis Vuitton twist bag, and my Louis Vuitton Capucines. I've sold all of those. Those were my pinnacle bags. The only other pinnacle bag, or what I would consider to be a pinnacle bag, would be my Dior Caro bags, which this is why I like to be in my closet.
You can
I'm gonna
reach
just toss
everything.
stuff
Yeah.
all over the place, but this
Oh,
is a
it's a
Dior
beautiful bag.
Caro bag, and this is the only bag style, and I have 3 of these because I like them so much, that I would consider a pinnacle bag. And when I say pinnacle, it's like, and not everybody would think this is a pinnacle bag for Dior, but sort of the top of the food chain
Right.
by the top designer. So like an Hermes Birkin Kelly would be Hermes pinnacle bag.
Right.
And so for each of these 3 designers I'm talking about, it would be these. Like for Fendi, it would be the Mini Peekaboo, which that bag bit the dust for me before those last 4. But started looking at things thinking, so this is sort of going in reverse of what I did
Okay.
with um with selling off my contemporary bags and buying luxury. This is going the other way because I realized that there's a price point that if I get over that, then I'm not comfortable carrying it anymore, no matter how wonderful it feels and good it looks.
Gotcha.
And those 4 bags were not only way too expensive, but they were also not comfortable particularly to use. And this one, I mean, you can get these for a great deal on the pre-love market for darn near half price. You can get them from the outlet for pretty like 40% off of retail. And so for me, my price point has probably gotten cut in half for the top
Gotcha.
value I would be willing to carry out and about, because I'm not going to go carry a $5,000 bag anymore. I just don't feel comfortable carrying a bag that costs that much. Now, does this bag cost that much if you go into the store? It does, but I
You
didn't
didn't
pay
spend.
anywhere near that.
Yeah.
And this is like still the exception where it would retail that high in my
Gotcha.
collection. Everything else retails for way less.
For way less. I
So,
thought that is very, very interesting. So it's like you have gone and you've kind of found yourself a middle ground that you're comfortable with and staying, where you keep a few pieces up this end and a few pieces over there, but then you have your middle ground that you're more comfortable with. That's actually very interesting. Very interesting that you did that. So Bean Beauties, if you haven't caught that, that when she has sold the higher ends and kind of kind of went down. Y'all go look and search her content for those videos. I know I'm gonna do that. Let's go into the chats here really quick. Let me see where I stopped.
I'm gonna have to
Jeanette,
take this off. I'm already like hot as
hot.
heck
That's
in here.
okay. The hopeful minimalist, the hopeful minimalist. Hello, Sabrina, right? Sabrina, welcome
Hi,
in.
Sabrina.
Thank you for coming in. I saw your video a couple of days ago about the bag and all that kind of stuff. I'm glad it worked out for you. I'm very, very happy that worked out. I had a similar situation and it worked out for me too, but I always feel super bad when that happens. Missy from
Did
Beauty,
it show up?
uh
Did her bag
no,
show up eventually?
her bag
Oh,
didn't show up, but she
I'll
was able
watch.
to get her money back. Yeah, but y'all still go watch it if you haven't watched it. Y'all go watch it. We don't want to give away the plot.
No, no,
um
no.
Missy from Beauty and Luxury, hello Missy, welcome in,
Hi,
thank you.
Missy.
Kristen D, another chance resale, she just subbed to you, Aaryn. She's one of the resellers that
Yay, thank you.
I use. She's very, very good. um Missy says
I'm gonna
we
be totally OCD here. I've got to put this back. It's driving me
That's
crazy.
okay.
But go ahead.
You do that while I read the chats. Um, let's see. Simply Katie Watts says, "Is Pauline contemporary or luxury?" That depends on who you're asking. For me, um, uh, Pauline is luxury. Where's my Pauline bag? I do have a Pauline bag, Pauline bag, and to me, okay, let you for because I do have a lot of viewers. For me, my definition of luxury is different. Okay, luxury is anything that is not a need or a want, and if it's a need or a want, like if you're paying, it still can be luxury if you're paying more than what you need to pay. For instance, like, okay, you need a purse. Okay, everybody needs something, a purse, a backpack, or something to put it in. I used to like have a heart attack if I spent more than $10 on a bag. Literally, because because at the time I had little kids, I have nephews and nieces, we did a lot of stuff, so I couldn't be careful with a bag. I couldn't worry about it because it was something that I would just, throw literally you throw it around, toss it across the room, it's in the mud because we're at sports games and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't have the capacity to worry about those things. So to me, luxury was anything kind of over that, kind of thing. So you have to define luxury for yourself first, in my opinion, and how we handle things on my channel. But Aaron, what do you consider pull-in? Do you consider it a luxury bag or contemporary bag brand?
Well,
There's no wrong answers.
if you do it by price, I would say it's more on the contemporary side.
Okay.
And brands that I would consider contemporary would be Coach. I would consider Aspinall contemporary, Longchamp contemporary, um, Tory Burch contemporary. Let me see what else. Probably Kate Spade and Michael
Yeah,
Kors contemporary, but I feel like those 2 are on the lower end of contemporary because of price, not necessarily well,
of
for them,
quality.
also for quality.
Yeah,
But, like, for instance, Dooney, I would consider on the lower end of contemporary because of price, but not because of quality. I think
right.
that they're on the higher end of contemporary or even luxury quality. So, like, my Dress Up Your Purse bags now, I'm only referring on Dress Up Your Purse for Togo leather pieces.
Okay.
I feel like these bags are incredibly luxurious, but the price on them is insane. It's kind of like Junie prices. I
Right.
mean, this with a discount code is 228.15. And if you got a similar bag from a luxury brand, it would be close to 3 grand or over 3 grand.
Right.
And I don't find the quality of it to be more luxurious for the luxury brand, but what you're paying for that, you know, the words written
Right.
on it or the pattern written on it, you're paying for that. And so I guess when I think of luxury, it's not so much the necessary, well, I don't know, it's kind of hard. It's sort of a combination of those things, like
Yeah.
how it feels combined with the name.
Right.
And I really like these pieces because I like to mix and match them with my luxury accessories. And with the Coach, for example, the feeling of it is super luxurious on most of the bags. And I guess what I find is, like, for example, there's this Tabby 26, the quilted one.
Yes.
Feels amazing, beautiful style. Sorry, I got to do this because I'm here. But I have 3 of these. So you
Right.
got yours and then I've got 3 of these. And so I am not going to probably buy a Tabby 26 and keep it. I tried to buy the denim one and then I just had some issues finding one that had a good, like,
The pattern, yeah, because
everything.
some of them, so yeah, because some of them were off. I have mine here.
But I will tell you that Coach came out, oh no, crap. Well, the people who are watching this may find out what brand it is that I have on the way. Coach came out with a bag. I'm not going to tell you which one it is because it should be here on Friday. But they came out with a bag that I don't feel like there's anything out there that's like it. And so that for that reason, it's on the way. And I'm super excited about it and I plan to use it and I will probably be every bit as careful with it as I am with this bag, even
Yeah,
though it costs way less.
right.
So that's like I'm answering it both ways,
Right,
but that's
and
kind of how
and,
I feel.
that's actually that's a good point because it's like you have your higher end luxury because there's the price point, but, like, this Coach bag, how soft it is, the Napa leather,
Mhm.
the just the craftsmanship of the pull-in bag. I mean, I like all of this kind of stuff and all of that.
It's art.
Exactly. And so um you have it's kind of hard to have a blanket stance on that, and you have to find the people in your comfort zone or in your like-minded, because when you like-minded, because there's some people who are going to say, no, that ain't luxury, or that's not worth it. I'm not even going to try it because it's crazy. I mean, there's so many people who tried a Dooney bag and they're like, oh my god, because I have, let's see, um here's the Florentine leather. I have one right here. I pulled it out with Julie, and it's just beautiful, beautiful bag, craftsmanship, everything about it. And then the price point, they said, I can't believe they sell it for this price. And it's just how the company, um how, I don't want to say morals, it's just their ethics of how they want to sell the items, because Dooney does source their materials from Italy. Their canvas is high grade canvas from Italy, their leathers and things like that, and they'll tell you which ones come from Italy and stuff, and they're beautiful, beautiful pieces, but they find a way to bring it to us as a customer in a price point that, like, we're comfortable with. So,
Can I
so Miss
say one
Katie,
more?
yes, go ahead, go ahead.
So the balance I have found is I went way too high price wise, and I found a medium luxury price point. So for most of my bags, they're the medium luxury price point with the feels of at least Coach luxury.
Gotcha.
That's what my stuff is. And if it doesn't meet that feeling, I'm not gonna keep it, even if it's higher end luxury. You know what I
Got
mean? Like, I
Yes,
want it
yes.
like, I'm not gonna buy a cheap piece of you know what just because it says Louis Vuitton on it. I mean, like, their Atlantis
Right.
bag feels like crap,
Yeah.
and I don't want it. I mean, I don't wanna and I somebody probably has that bag and they love it, and that's great if you do, but to me, it just didn't feel the way I wanted it to feel, and I'm about the feeling, and I feel like also, while I'm super careful with my Paris 15 bags, my Coach camera bag, I'm going to something where there's risk. I'm still super careful with them, but it gives me a little bit of peace of mind to have
Right.
a bag that costs less, and so, while I would still be devastated to ding up a corner, I could replace it easier and not be so distressed. So, when I go to those situations like you were talking about with your nieces, or is that what you were saying, your nieces or nephews at a birthday
Grandkids,
party or
nieces. Yeah, yeah.
grandkids? Okay. So, if I go to something like that, I tend to bring one of those bags instead, or to a
Right.
game, like,
Yes.
that's when this is nice because if it bangs into the bathroom stall on the way in, it's not
Then you're
quite.
okay with it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And that's how I am too. That's why I travel with my Vera Bradley bags and my cloth Vera Bradley bags and stuff when we go on cruises and stuff, because it's like, you know, a lot of people don't like them. They're not on a lot of people's radar, and I feel more comfortable doing that. Okay, so hope that helped. Simply Kate, Agent Bag Reviews. She says, Aaryn, you've created a stunning bag collection. She has. Don Donut
thank
says,
you.
I agree, Julie. I love Aaron's bags. Missy says, does having Aaryn does have an amazing collection. Yes. Um, how many bags? Did we answer that? How many bags is a sweet spot for you? You said between
Around 75.
75. Okay. Um, oh, I'm at, she goes, she's asking it. Yeah. What's better quality? Dress up your purse or Coach? Aaron, Julie wants to know
It depends on the bag.
on the individual bag.
Every eh, I haven't found a designer that has just amazing quality on all their bags. I mean, it
Right.
seems like there's always some bag that's not made as well, and those are the ones that get discontinued a lot of times, but there are definitely, I mean, I know there's a Coach outlet, there's a definite difference. But even if I walk into Coach, there are a few bags in there that I'm like, ah, I can't believe that you have this here.
Right.
And when I do my shopping vlogs at Coach, which I still do, even though I'm a luxury channel, if I go to a mall and there's a Coach, I'm doing a shopping vlog every time. And I walk around, I touch them all, I try them on, pick them up, talk about what I like, what I don't like, and I look at them with the same eyes that I look at a bag that I unbox here that's luxury here in my collection. And I like to also compare those Coach bags to what I know from my collection.
Right.
But as far as dress up your purse versus Coach, it's hard to say because you're comparing a Togo leather to a lambskin or a smooth
Or
bucktan leather.
Napa.
That's a
Yeah.
totally
So it's a different leathers,
different
right? It's apples to
different
oranges.
leathers.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say they're pretty comparable, and, some people say hold on, here's another one of my Paris 15 bags. Some people don't like this shiny hardware, and they think it looks cheap. I've heard people say that, but I'm telling you, this is super durable. I have never had any shiny hardware get so few scratches when I've used it for 8, 10 days in a row, where there's, like, I mean, it's hard to find any scratches on it, and this is a push lock closure, just like the
Yeah.
push-up Matisse.
I like shiny.
But
I like shiny.
yeah, me too. These,
Um,
um, these I will tell you, if you order one, sometimes they smell like chemically right when you first get them, and I don't generally experience that with Coach. Goes away, then they smell like leather or like nothing. A lot of them smell like leather right when you open them up, and so it's just kinda hit or miss, it
hit
seems
or
like,
miss
but
depending.
in
Yeah.
In my experience, it doesn't seem to affect anything. I mean, but I have had people tell me that. But quality-wise, I mean, this is pretty darn good.
Yeah. It's a
One of
beautiful bag.
these
Yeah.
I carried the mini Boston bag for a week on vacation, and it was worn hard on the floor of my car, scooted around by my feet, and there was not a mark on it.
Wow.
So, I don't
Nice
know,
and
I don't think
durable.
Coach Napa would do that or the glove
No.
tin
Yeah.
leather.
Yeah.
So,
Finding Solace is welcome in. Finding Solace. She says, Erin, yes. Don't think
hi.
of it like that, Dee Dee. Just enjoy the process. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hopeful Minimalist says, I love that color, lake or pool. I think it's pool, right? On the camera, the Coach
Yes,
camera bag. Yes. We're
it's
twinning on
pool,
that
yes.
bag. I have that one.
Lake's a
Finding
little bit more of a blue-green
Right.
color, just slightly.
Finding Solace says Aaryn had a lot of Coach and was able to sell most of it off. I've learned so much from her. Oh, and she gives you some hearts. Jeanette
Oh.
Jeanette says, I have a bag that I need to possibly sell. Is the Willow camera bag. It is the Willow camera bag. I used it for a while. Okay, so if anybody's interested, get a hold of Jeanette. Finding solace says you learn what works for you as you go. Yeah, and that's kind of where I have come now, having so many come into my life and finding stuff, and sometimes I find myself buying a bag because I just want to experience it. I've heard so much about it. I'm like, oh, I want to experience the bag. But I definitely have to. I've definitely I am very close, or I am there at the fact where I need to seriously figure out which are the ones. I think I already know instinctually what is working for me now after using so many bags, and then trying to purge the ones that that really don't work, that really are too heavy or too big, or just aren't working. Cammie's Closet. Hello, Cammie. She says, "Hey, ladies, can't
Hi,
stay."
Cammy.
She says she's driving home. She'll catch the replay later. Thank you. You'll be part of our replay beauty. I love it. I
Bye.
love it. Um, they're talking to Cami. Let me see if there's any other questions. Uh, oh, the hopeful millimeter's answer. She says no bag, but she got refunded. So, Karen Yates, welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you
Hi,
being here.
Karen.
She says,
Karen
young,
is such a sweetheart.
do you like good? She's from your channel. She says, young ladies enjoying being here. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it. Let's see. The naughty is my holy grail. The naughty. Are you talking about the pull-in bag? The naughty? I'm not up to speed on all of the names of the pull-in bags, but I do like them. Monica K, welcome in. Thank you for coming. I almost missed you there. June's life, welcome in. Yes, I'm mindful of what bags I carry when entertaining my grandkids. Yes. Well, and you have to look at it just like, because I know when we used to go visit my grandmother, especially sometimes if we were unexpectedly, she would take all the knickknacks or all the tchotchkes off of her table if we were coming in, and she would just put them up on a higher place, so that we couldn't do that. So it's the same concept. It's the same concept, to do that. I think now, because I'm an empty nester, our kids are grown, we have the grandkids, so I have time to where I can invest in myself or invest in my things, and so that's why it's so much different now than it was when I was younger. Let's see. What is a naughty? Syndicates. Yeah, what is a naughty? Did you tell them? Um it's the pull-in puzzle bag. Oh, I'm gonna have to look that one up. Here, I need to screenshot that. Hold on. Let me screenshot that because it takes 24 hours for the chats to come up, so I wanna go screen that. Let's see.
I never answered your question if I thought Pauline was
Oh, okay.
luxury.
Well, I
I
thought you sorta went
I
around it, but
kind
go
of in
ahead.
a long I did go around it, but I would put it in with Coach and Marc
With
Jacobs and
Coach, with
Longchamp,
Contemporary.
but on the higher
Higher
end,
end, yes,
except except I've had some people tell me, or I've seen some talk lately that Pollen grew too fast and they've been having a lot of quality issues.
yes,
So for that reason, I'd bring them down just a little. But the OG Pollen bags, I've heard. Well, I had one. It was amazing.
yeah.
It was great. But
And so,
yeah,
like,
that's kind of what I
yeah,
think.
like this one, it's Hadrian sourced it for me, and it's an older bag. It's from the first ends of it, but I did have somebody, when I unboxed it, had said in the chats they had recently purchased one, and that it was nowhere like they thought it would be while everybody was talking. And so I was like, oh, but that's also the good thing of why I like to thrift so much, is like I like to get I have a choice. I can try to get new on sale, or I can try to go back and find the older bags that when they first came out. But I think it's true with a lot of little companies that start out, and they're just overwhelmed, and then they're just trying to produce the bags, and they produce the bags, so then you take shortcuts, probably they're not meant to be shortcuts, but when you use it, have to bring on a new vendor or have to do something kind of different, all of that changes things. All of that changes things. Um, Plus, I know sometimes there's shortage in materials and things like that, and it's like that's a little bit hard to do. Um, yes, Julie, Coach's prices are getting up there with the high-end luxury. Yes, they have some,
They are.
like, yeah, they have some high ends, yeah. Still way affordable than LV, the Row, Chanel, Julie, though. So yes, yes, finding solace. It is, but and that's kind of like the thing, it's like you have and and it's like any company that wants to grow or that's growing is like you want to grow, so you have to kind of change a few things, and you hope that those people who like us can come along for the ride. But then there's people who are saying, I'm not going to do it, I'm sorry, I'm not paying that much money for a coach. And that's why, like, for me, I'm real selective. I normally wouldn't, if it hadn't been for the fact that I bought an inauthentic bag on eBay, and, so I got burnt. Up until that point, everything was pre-loved, and I felt comfortable buying it at that time, and it was a newer bag, and
The
it was too
tabby, I had that bag,
yes, it was too good to be true.
the
Yes, you
denim.
commented on on that video that I did about being scammed on eBay. And so it definitely it definitely put me in a place to where I'm very, very skittish buying Coach from anywhere other than the boutique or the outlet even, or from friends or people that I know that I can trust, because I don't have the eye to do that. There's too many nuances for Coach. I don't have the eye. I could do it for Dooney. I feel comfortable doing it for Dooney, but not for Coach. I just can't. Let's see. Melissa says having more than a few bags is luxury no matter what they are. Exactly. Okay, so I'll come back to the chats, but I do have some more questions for Aaryn here. Um Let's see. You sort of answered this question, and if you don't want to put a price tag to it, then we don't have to. I have another question for you. But do you have a price limit? Do you have a number limit that's too high for you on a luxury bag?
I mean, it's went up as time has went by, and then it has come back down.
So now
I
that
don't
it's
like to
down,
list I don't yes, I mean, I would say that a good place for me to be is under $2,500,
okay,
um, and I mean, if I happen to find a Coach bag that is $400 or
then you're okay with
$500
that. Yeah,
and I love it, then it's not something I'm not gonna buy because it doesn't cost as much
right,
as my height of my limit, you know?
right.
But I would say that's kind of where I am now. I don't generally like to talk about price at all on my channel, and I always have people DM me or message me on Instagram, that's the same thing, or email me because I have a lot of kids who watch me.
Got you.
And my both of my sons, like entire classes at school have subscribed to my channel and watch me sometimes. And so I don't like to
Put out
about
there,
prices
yeah,
even
which
when
is
I'm
fine.
selling
Yeah.
stuff. So I just don't. But since I'm here on your channel, I'll say that.
Well, thank you. And that just kind of and that's the other thing too, is like, is that okay? Because you are buying um pre-loved items as well too.
Yeah,
So
both.
sometimes you can find that pre-loved item in that price point, but the like you showed, the bag is was worth or sold for a lot more. So then you get kind of, is that
Yes.
you're okay with the hat, you get both, the best of both worlds there, you know.
As
Would
long as the bag is like new, I like pre-loved, but I wouldn't like say if I wanted that Caro bag and it wasn't in like new or
right.
at least like 9.5 out of 10 condition, I wouldn't buy it just because I found one for under that price point. I would just
Gotcha.
not have it. I
Yeah.
would rather just not have it than to have something that's not like new.
Yeah.
And that's not how everybody feels. A
No.
lot of people would be like, "Oh, I don't mind if it's a little beat up because
Yeah.
I have this Louis Vuitton bag." And for
Yeah.
me, I would rather have a luxury Coach bag that I can pay
Brand new.
for and
Yeah.
have it be brand new or even
Yeah.
pre-loved. I've bought lots of pre-loved Coach
Yeah.
bags. Like, I collected
And
Rogues for a while, and I
with
had,
yeah.
gosh,
I have like this
25
one.
Rogues.
Wow. I showed my Wilshire the last time. And I have this one. I love this one. I used this last summer for my
That's super cute.
going to my grandson's baseball games, but it has a little bit of stuff there, just a tiny bit. It's worn,
Mhm.
but the price point I got it for, you'll have to watch my videos because I don't remember. I don't remember what it was,
Yeah,
but
no, I
but
don't remember anymore either.
yeah, but I would it was hard would be hard for me to buy it or even buy one that was like in pristine condition because not just because of the money, the price point, the pristine condition bag that will cost more on the pre-love market, but it's because I wouldn't be comfortable because although I try to be careful between having the grandkids or just having my fatigue issues and things like that, sometimes I will just find myself in positions to where I have to worry about me, my physicalness, or my grandkids versus
Yeah,
a
versus a
handbag,
yeah, a
and
thing.
so it's like I'm going, okay, if that got hurt, and see, like it rained. Of course, it hadn't rained all summer long, and I wore this, and it rained, and I did find myself trying to cover this and put the umbrella over that, and then I finally said, forget it, But if I had a brand new bag, I know I would have said, let's take it to the car. Go take it to the car.
Right.
And I don't want to live like that with having to worry like that. But not a lot of people are there. I bought a Wilshire and I showed it when Cammie's closet was on. And I know that the water spots on there, like I could see it in her eyes. She was like, ooh, you bought that? I love you, Cammie. But I loved it. And then I was able to take some of that off and rehab a little bit of it, and I'm okay with doing that. And I got it at a great price. I got it at a great price. What is your favorite brand, or do you have a favorite brand? Your favorite color and your favorite style of brand or silhouette of a bag? Sorry, silhouette of a bag.
My favorite brand is Louis Vuitton,
Okay.
and I have more of that brand than any, and I would say second is Saint Laurent, but I almost never wear my Saint Laurent bags. I mean, I'm trying, like, recently I've worn a few of them, but I don't know, maybe it's just because I always wanna wear whatever's new, and I seem to always have
Ah,
something that's newer that's Louis Vuitton. And then what was the next part?
color. Do you have a favorite color?
In a bag, my favorite color is gray with gold hardware, like the Caro
Oh,
I showed.
yeah, gorgeous.
Just because it's so neutral, I feel like gray goes with silver jewelry, and the gold hardware then would also go with gold jewelry, so I feel like it's just such a versatile bag. You can wear gray with taupe, and you can wear
Yes,
gray with black, and so it's more the versatility of
of the
the
color.
color.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I love color. I have a lot of color in this room. I like to match different colors to different
I do
outfits and all that,
too.
like I
I
said
do too.
earlier.
I do
So,
too. Sometimes it's like I like to be matchy matchy, and then sometimes I like it to pop either, like it to pop off of my dress, or it'll be something different. But a lot of times I like it to match, go for the monochromatic look. Did you have a favorite silhouette or favorite style of bag?
um, I would say I have maybe 2, and they would be I mean, and it changes. Well, no, I don't think I do. I don't.
You don't think so?
I have some. No, I mean, I like a flat bag, that I can
Okay.
wear
Yeah.
crossbody or on the shoulder. So, I guess I like flat bags, and then I also like bags that have zippers on the top, so that's, like, almost all bags. So, I don't think I can say I have a favorite. That's kind of like if somebody asked me what my favorite bag in my collection is, for a while I was saying that it's the Caro bag, but that's not true anymore, and I don't think I could pick anymore. I thought the Cara was my favorite because it was just so beautiful, and then I wore it, and I don't like it as well since I've worn it and used it, even
You're like,
though
"I
it's so
should have,"
gorgeous.
yeah.
I should have never worn that bag, but I don't wanna sell it because I still think it's beautiful and
Right.
gorgeous, and I just don't think I could replace the 3. I mean, I love the 3 that I have, but I don't know,
And
it's
it's
funny,
okay,
like
it's okay. I mean, if you just wanted to have it to so you're kind of a half collector and a half, enthusiast, kind of thing, you know? I'm definitely probably lean more right now into the collector realm, because of the fact that I've been away from them for so long. It's just I'm like, I want them all. I like them all. I will like them all. Let's see. So while I go look at the chats, um, I do have a question that I ask all of my guests, or mostly all of my guests. I maybe missed one or two. It's are you an introvert and an extrovert? But for the purposes of this channel, I like to do it as give this example. If you come across a party, like you're going to a party, or are you going to be sitting back and waiting as an introvert, waiting and kind of scoping out the scene, or are you an extrovert where you just go and introduce yourself and just kind of make yourself part of the party?
oh, I never had a I never have a hard time talking, uh, but I guess I really like talking about what I'm interested in, and so or if there's a task to be accomplished, I like to talk, but
Mhm.
in a party situation, I really don't like it because I don't like telling the same thing about myself over and over again and asking the same questions over and
Over
over
and over
again.
again. Yeah.
That just wears me out. So I don't know what that makes me. I guess sort of
You
a
probably
chameleon.
a chameleon. You probably lean a little bit more introverted. You're a little bit more cautious, a little more introverted. Um, and I usually just ask that because it when I'm watching the people's content, a lot of times their answer is very different than how they come across on their content. And a lot of times when they go into YouTube, some of them have used YouTube to help them in one manner or another manner. I live with an extreme introvert, and I was in we were married, I think 20, 21, 22 years before I really grasped the concept of the differences between the two. And so now I kind of
Mhm.
look at everything that way, because it a lot of times when people interact with you, or when people make decisions, initially, or it's intuitively, has to do with those things, it has to do with that in my mind's eye anyway. But that's why I like to ask. Okay, let me go see Ola May. Welcome in. I saw you. Come on in. Welcome in. Ola May has some great hashtags. Hi Julie. Hi Birkin boy. He made it in. Y'all are over done with your live. Yay. I will definitely catch it on the
He's been here
replay.
for a while.
Has he? Welcome in. I was paying attention to you, so I try not to pay attention to the chats too much. Let me go back and see.
It
Maria
it
Louise
was just one of
Luxury.
the ones I caught.
Maria Louise Luxury, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. Madison, I see that Madison's here. My chat, there's so many chats
Yes.
going on. I didn't see that. Let's see. Have I missed any questions, Melissa or Craig? Um, Don Donut says my dress up your purse purchases have not had any chemical smells. Cammy's closets
Most of mine haven't either.
haven't. Good,
Most
good.
of them, but I've had one, and then I've had a few people have them, and so I just didn't want anybody to get
Good.
one and then
And
have
then just kind of be prepared for
and then
that. But hopefully it goes away.
you're a
Um,
party animal, Cammy. That's good to know.
what
I'm
did she
gonna come visit
say?
you, and you can do all the small talk. That's what I don't like. I don't have an issue talking to anybody. I can talk to, like, a kitchen sink, but small talk,
You
I
can't
have a
handle
hard
the
time with
small
that.
talk. Okay. See, that's
Like,
definitely
about just
That's definitely an introvert characteristic because that's how my husband is. He's like, he doesn't want to waste his time, waste his energy trying to figure out the small talk. He just wants to, it's like if it's something of his interest and he's had enough to drink, then he'll talk to you. He'll talk to you. Madison's Makeup World, welcome in. I really like Aaron's channel. My mom showed her to me and she has a lot of nice purses. She does, Madison. She does.
So
Um,
does Madison. She has some beautiful
Mhm.
things.
Yes. Sarah Kitta channel. Sarah Kitta, did I say that right? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in today. Oh, yes. Hopeful Minimalist says, probably in response to mine that the fake Coach bags has taken over Macari. It has taken over everything. You have to be so careful. Sarah Kitto channel says, please. I don't know what the screwdrivers mean. I don't know what that means.
I can't see it.
Okay. Berkey Boy says, always when a company wasn't prepared for that growth spurt, quality will suffer due to demand. Exactly, exactly. And it's almost it's the growing pains, and it's almost sad to see that happen because then they start getting a bad reputation and then here it'll affect their growth. So that's always sad. Let's see. They're talking to themselves. They're
My
talking
least
so
expensive
oh,
favorite brand
okay.
is Dress Up Your Purse.
Dress up your purse. Okay.
Yep.
You found a question. Good. Excuse me. Excuse me. Um, let's see.
I just answered the last one that popped up.
That's okay. I'm gonna go down. I like to try to make sure that I say hello to everybody.
Aw.
So I don't want anybody to feel like I missed you. If I missed you, please, please tell me that I missed you, or know that I it's not intentional. Definitely want to say hello to everybody and thank everybody for coming over to the lives and visiting us in the lives. I greatly appreciate it. If you have a question for Aaryn, we have a little bit of time. We're almost at the hour mark. Aaryn, can
That's
you believe it?
crazy.
Yeah. So
No.
I need to check to see if I have any other questions for you. But if you have any questions, please make sure that you put the hands up or something so we can get into it. Robin is Cloverleaf Bags, Jeanette. She has a channel where she sells bags and has great contents. So please go over there and watch her. Let's see.
Some somebody said, that I remind them of Jennifer Garner, and I absolutely love
Oh,
her, so that's such a sweet compliment. I follow
nice.
her on Instagram, and she is just absolutely the sweetest, prettiest, funnest person to watch. I mean, she's just oh my gosh, she's awesome.
I enjoy her as well too. I just saw her. She reprised her role in the Wolverine Daredevil movie, and she was fantastic.
Yes.
She looked hot. My husband was like, "Oh my gosh!"
She
But
worked out like crazy for
yes,
that.
she did really good. Oh, okay. So I do have one more questions. I think we pretty much have gone through everything. The last question that I have comprised for you, and um, let me see if I can put it in question form. You love to accessorize your bags and you interchange your straps and stuff. And I remember watching that and appreciating that because because of my size. A lot of times I have to do that, or because of my health I have to do that, and I actually was afraid to do that because I always wanted to keep everything together with this bag and keep everything together with that and not not mix anything. But when did it come to you? Do you know when you began doing that and why you began doing that?
Oh, I don't know when and why. I just
It
I
just
think I've
naturally
done it
happened?
since yes, I think I've done it since I started the channel anyway. I don't know when exactly. If it started after I started the channel, I'm not sure. But I guess I only really have one rule. I don't necessarily like to mix brands, like, so, for example, like, if I have something that's Louis Vuitton and then I have a strap that says Coach on it, like, right across my
Right,
chest, then I don't like to necessarily do that, but I just love to give my bags, like, personalities. It's sort of like playing with Barbies when you're growing
yeah,
up. You can come into your closet and you can grab a chain or a charm and you can put it on a bag and it gives that bag new life. And I find myself when I think about buying a bag, I look at what it comes with and I'm like, well, that chain I could use on these other bags or that like luggage tag or that whatever it is that it has. "Oh, that strap has smooth black leather. That means it'll match with these 2 bags, and I like it better than what the one that that one came with," you know? I know
right,
a lot of people probably start there. They're like, "Well, I like this bag, but I don't like the strap. What can I
yes,
do about it?" And they go to Etsy or to Amazon, and so probably kinda started there for me, but then, I see all these bags that are out there and like Louis Vuitton will put a chain with every bag or a bandolier strap with every bag, but it won't come with a leather strap.
yeah,
And, people don't like this bag or that bag because it doesn't have those things, but you can add them.
right.
And then you can also do it in a way that's more you, which is kind of fun. Or you can switch things up like 4 different ways and wear it to match your outfit because of that.
Yeah.
Or
I do
I don't
like
know.
that. I like how you do that, and I appreciate that. That's something that I it, like, gave me permission to, or it's okay to do that. Although I still cannot cut off my straps off of my bags. We have a lot of Dooney people where they'll have the little pouches, and they'll use the little pouches as makeup bags and things like that, and they'll cut that strap off, and I'm like, I can't," but hopefully, maybe I can be there someday. Maybe I can be there someday. Let's see. Let's go over to the chats real quick and see if there was any questions. Did anything come up? Uh, Cloverleaf Bag says, "I'm just now finding Aaryn." Jeanette says that you're very, very nice. Thanks, Dee Dee. I would not have known her except for you. Oh, you welcome. You welcome. Thank you so much. Also, too, before we go, let me just do some shout outs. We have a lot of channels in here who are supporting both Aaryn and myself. Cloverleaf Bags. If you have not gone to her channel, please go over there. Let's see, Birkin Boy 3976. He has a channel. Woohoo! He's venturing
Woo!
into some lives with Jolie. They're going to be doing Sunday lives, so go visit him and subscribe to his channel. We have Ola May. Ola May has done some great hashtags. She did hashtag drawstring July, right? Drawstring July. We're in hashtag satchel September, and I just recorded something today for that. Cammie's Closet. Well, we all know Cammie's Closet. She's been on my channel before. Please, if you haven't subscribed to her or she's new to you, please go ahead and visit her. Um,
Missy and, also, Tater,
Yeah,
both
I'm
have
going. I'm
channels?
trying to go in order of
Oh, sorry,
on here.
sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. But yes, Madison's Makeup World. She has a channel. Hers is all about. She keeps her content to makeup there. When she does things that has to do with handbags, she visits her mom's channel, which is Missy's Beauty and Luxury. And y'all should know her because we've done some collabs, some great collabs. So please feel free to go over follow her. Julie Agent Bag Reviews. I had her on last week, and hopefully y'all all subscribed. If you haven't, and you're on the Replay Beauty crew, please go visit them. We have let's see. Did it disappear on me now? Well, earlier I had said that Sabrina Hopeful Minimalist. She has a channel as well. Please, my M's are just not rolling off. Maria Louise Luxuries. She has a channel. She was on on my lives very, very early on. Wonderful conversation we had with her. Let's see who else. We also had we also had um it slipped off of here. Another chance resale, which is Kristen D. She was in earlier. I don't know if she's still here. So if you have a channel, feel free to put in it won't let you do any ads or anything like that. I don't think, of the channel, but if you kind of spread it out and confuse the Google
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, Melissa.
Oh, Melissa. Yes, I'm sorry. Melissa from Melissa's Closet. How can I forget my BFF, YouTube BFF? She actually, what I was going to tell you, and I didn't want to interrupt you, she says all the time when she's playing with her bags, she says that it's like playing Barbie. That was one of the things.
Yes.
Yeah. All the time she says that on her channel, and she tells me all the time on her channel. Don't forget Melissa. Yes, yes, I'm so sorry, Birkin boy. And also, too, don't, on the replay beauty crew, if you be so kind as to subscribe to me. That would be grateful. I would be grateful as well too. Okay, Aaryn, it looks like you answered all of the questions that we see from the chats, and you've answered all the questions that I had for you. You either answered them on your own, or we answered them by me asking you, and I greatly appreciate that. Will you tell us what you have coming up? You don't have to spill the beans if you don't, anything specific, but just tell us when we can find you, how we can find you, your channel.
Well, I have 3 bags on the way, and I did a video today that I put out this morning talking about kinda giving hints as to what those might be and asking for guesses, and 2 of them are luxury bags, and then 1 is contemporary. So I have those 3 coming, and other than that, I do with Missy's channel, I do still want to do a collab and talk about our sack bags with Marc
Oh yeah.
Jacobs and what we
Okay.
think about them. Right now, I've got mine full of pasta jars and diced tomatoes, trying to get it to sag because she likes how hers sag and turns into a puddle. So I'm like trying to puddle mine. It's
That's
in the other room.
hilarious. Love that. I love a slouchy
So
bag. Love, love, love a
me
slouchy
too.
bag. Yeah.
So, I think I may do that with my Speedy 25 as well, but I'm not sure I'm gonna weigh it down quite as much. This Marc Jacobs, the sack bag's really getting the test, so
We'll see. We'll see. Well, good. And then do you have certain days that you post?
no, it's just whenever I
Just
feel like
whenever.
it. I
Okay.
usually put out about 3 videos a week. For a while, I
Okay.
was doing 5 or 6,
Wow.
and life has just been so crazy that I can't do that anymore. So, if I feel overwhelmed or worn out, I just don't do one anymore, and I do them when I feel like it's fun. So
Well, good, good.
that's kind of the plan. Oh, one other thing. I do have
Yes.
a collaboration with Dress Up Your
Oh,
Purse
okay.
coming up, and I'm actually designing a bag with her. And so it's one of her current styles, but I'm picking the color. We're doing what I call strap action on my channel. Like it's going to have different straps than the normal one comes with. And
Nice.
so that's something that's kind of upcoming. And it may be like 2 or 3 months. I don't know exactly when because when she makes all her stuff, it's all hand it's like hand put together. And she does it in batches so that you don't have those quality issues or whatnot.
Right.
And so I imagine that doing this, it's gonna take a while to get it rolled out, but I'm excited about that too.
Good, good. So keep an eye on Aaron's channel. Make sure that when you subscribe to her, that you hit the notification bell, and also go over to Dress Up Your Person and create an account so that you can get emails. And between the two, you'll find out when the new collab bag comes out, and you'll be one of the first ones
Yes.
to order it. Yay! All righty, thank you
Yeah, because
so
she
so
does sell
much.
out. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for reaching out and being so kind to me. I greatly appreciate it. And
Oh,
um,
thank you for having me. This has been so much fun.
well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad it was painless and not too bad for you. Always try to make sure and make you feel comfortable. All righty. Thank you so much. You can go ahead and X out, and you can join us in the chats if you like.
Alright, sounds great. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay! That was a great conversation. Once again, I think we went a little bit over the hour mark. It's just hard when you have a good conversation going and you have some great chats, and we're not disturbed by them trolls. So I think that worked for us today. That's great. Um, they are saying congratulations and thank you for announcing that. I guess that's your announcement here on my channel. So we have a great announcement about her collaboration with Dress Up Your Purse. That's so exciting that Aaryn, the handbag housewife, will be collaborating with Dress Up Your Purse. So please stay tuned, and maybe we can get her back on and show us the purse when it comes in. Let's see. Finding Sola says, "Yay!" She says, "Congratulations," and Craig says, "Congratulations." All righty, and then everybody says goodbye to Aaryn. All righty, thank you very much for being here. I just want to take a little bit of your time to sort of do the rest of the soft launch. I did have 3 subscribers to my membership. I have qualified for some of the levels of member of monetization um, through YouTube, and one of them is creating a membership. So I did create a membership. I have a release video that went out last night at 9. I didn't really mean to attend it to go out, but in order to go the next step, I had to release. I had to release something. So I was like, okay. So please find that video. My content here on YouTube is still free. This is in addition to, this is optional. You don't have to subscribe or to the membership in order to continue to get my content. So please know that nothing's changing here. It's just that I would like to curate a membership or curate a community of my own. I support Super Jacob, and I support um, uh, Caleb Snell's Discord, and I enjoy both of them, and I will continue to do that for as long as I can. I just I have a lot of people coming to me and emailing me and texting me and things like that, and I mean Instagramming me, and I just thought that it would be nice way that we could talk to each other through the Discord group. So if you have any questions, concerns, or comments about them, feel free to email me at beanbeautybagsit@yahoo.com, or find me on my Instagram at beanbeautybagsit, and we can discuss it if you have any questions or not sure how to do that. Right now, you're supposed to be able to find a join button right between my name and the notification bell. There should be a join button. If you click it, it'll tell you what the levels are, how much they are, and what's offered in them. And my announcement video will give you a little bit more information as to how I want to have y'all give me the input to make it grow a little bit more. And I will have an official launch party live. I just need to schedule it. I just need to schedule it. All right, Bean Beauties, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, replay crew, for watching. Don't forget, you can find the link to Aaron's channel in the description box. I will also try to pin it to the chats. If you have not subscribed to any of the people I gave a shout out to, please do so, and go over and check out their channels and see if it's something that is for you. And if you do, please tell them I sent you so that they know that where you found them from. It helps us just know that our collaborations are working. All righty, Bean Beauties, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you on the flip side. Love y'all. Bye bye. All righty, Bean Beauties, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you on the flip side. Love y'all. Bye bye.